Good
Well,
morning, everyone.
everyone, I'll be honest, I did not know that I was a presenter today. I don't know if that was communicated, but it's good to see everybody. And I always love the opportunity to talk about real estate. It's something I'm passionate about, something I really enjoy doing. It's been such a crazy market. I find that a lot of people usually are interested or have questions about what's going on or what's expected or what we see coming down the pike in the future for the year. The market is still very busy. More, you hear it all the time, and believe me, we're sick of hearing ourselves say it. There is no inventory. It is incredibly difficult trying to get our buyers into homes, but it doesn't mean that we don't see success. I have somebody under contract now, and even in a competitive marketplace, with the right agent by your side, you can get into the house that you want. It's all about knowledge, using an agent that's knowledgeable, somebody that knows, has the relationships with the other agents, somebody that reaches out, knows what the seller is looking for. All of those things play such a key part in getting an offer accepted. It's still very busy right now this year. As we're talking about goals, one of the things that me and my team are really focused on is listings, because the inventory is so short. That's the place where we see the path to least resistance, basically, in terms of making our year the year that we want to make. But we do work with a lot of buyers, serious buyers. Like I said, I just went under contract with something the other day, a house a house in Mount Olive, and we got our offer accepted. And within 24 hours, I get a call telling me that their propane didn't get delivered and the people were out of town, the homeowners were out of town, and a pipe burst. So there's all this flooding in the basement. So, it's always something that we have to deal with here, but with the right professional by your side, they navigate it and we can keep this deal on track. And that's what me and the other agent are committed to. It's sometimes you have to get a little bit creative and in your problem solving, I guess is the best way to put it. But we are expecting the market to slow down a little bit later this year, just because interest rates, mortgage rates are expected to go up. Andrea can kind of speak a little bit more to that, but I was just on, talking to another group, and it was kind of the same idea, is that, the next 30 days lock in if you're planning to move in the next 30 days or so, because starting March and then at different intervals throughout the year, they're expecting mortgage rates to jump up quite a bit. So we are looking to meet new clients. If you or anybody is looking to make a move this year, I'd be happy to speak to them personally, whether they work with me or not. I'd be happy to give any advice that I can and guide them in any way that I can. I have a long list of really reliable vendors that I work with for either initial photography for a home listing, or a great house inspector and plumbers, electricians, all of those things. So if you do need anybody, or somebody that does, let me know. I'd be happy to have the conversation and help them in any way that I can. Were there any questions from anybody or anybody have a move coming up that they're stressing about or worried about?
What are you seeing on average the time to from contract to close now?
It's right now I have people wanting quick closes because they've been looking for a house for so long, they're ready to move. So I have somebody, it's not a cash deal, because usually cash is going to close faster. It's a mortgage deal, but they want to close in 30 days. So that's what we just had a pipe burst though on that one. So we'll see if that happens, but usually 45 or so, unless something crazy kind of pops up, like a pipe bursting. Just last fall, I had a leaking oil tank in underground that delayed us quite some time, but 45 days, 60 at the absolute longest. Hey, Randy, I see your hand up.
Yeah. Hey, so what is your suggestion if someone's renting and they're trying to buy a house, but for instance, their lease isn't up till, I don't know, the summer, but they find a house in March. So do you break the lease? I know every apartment is different.
Yeah, different, depend, sometimes working with a individual landlord is different than working with like a larger management company. Everybody has different rules. Usually they can be pretty reasonable if you've been there for a while and you say, listen, this is what I'm doing. I am looking for a home. If I find something soon, would you let me out of my lease if I give you 60 days notice? That way, that usually gives you enough time to close and gives you a little bit of time to transition from one place to another and get your move done. So that's usually what I recommend. Ask your landlord, tell them what's going on. If you've been there and have a good rapport with them, they're usually pretty accommodating. And what works in your favor right now is that the rental market is even pretty hot. I oversee
it
10
is.
rental units, and we get calls every day, every week. People are looking for 1 and 2 bedroom apartment rentals, and I'm maxed out. I don't have anything. So across the board, they might be, their position might be, you know what? And if Randy leaves in March or April, that works for us because I can get more rent for his unit.
I think
sooner.
I guess it's based on the timing.
Mhm.
And if apartments are still in demand and houses are still in demand, I guess it's tricky.
Yeah, give yourself some time, but the sooner you can lock in a mortgage rate, you should, because after, and Andrea, you can jump in here. I believe it's like kind of March is the expected time frame where they're going to expect them to
They're going
start
to shoot
ticking
up a
up.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're at like 3.5 now, 3.25. Is that right?
That's about right. Yesterday it was 3.3. So listen, it's going to creep up. That's the truth of it. The biggest thing that I find that I'm running into now, I don't know if Aaron is having any of this problem, is that a lot of the lenders, especially the ones that they don't have any accountability systems in place. Like they're just online. Not that you can't get something good online. They're not closing them in time. And some people are having their locks expire, which is significant when, you're budgeting yourself for your home and all of a sudden your payment goes up $300 a month because or you can pay to have your lock extended, which is going to cost you even more. So, that's something that I've been noticing. So just make sure that people are locking in for enough time. Yes, you want to lock in for 30 days because you want to close. That doesn't mean you're going to close in 30 days. So just make sure that everyone's, if you know anyone, just make sure they're being realistic with how long they need to lock in for. For every $400, you're looking at maybe $50 in difference in a payment. If it's going to make or break you, that, I'm happy to do the math for you. So if somebody needs the math done, just have them give me a call.
Yeah, so it's definitely a busy real estate market still. And I hope we were able to help Randy and answer that. And of course, offline, I think you have my information. If you ever want to just call me and chat, I'm happy to chat and kind of talk it through, at least from my perspective. I see it from the real estate side, dealing with rentals and everything. But I also see it from the landlord side, working for a property development company as well. So I'm happy to help and advise in any way I can. Okay, I think I'm shy of 10 minutes. I'm sorry, Dennis.
I think you did a full 10.
Oh, wow. Cow.
That's great. A lot of great information. Dennis, do you want to go back to shout outs?
Yes, let's go back to the shout outs.
So does anybody have any team shout outs, any one that helped them this week or just did something great?
I want to thank Dennis for including me in his panel. That was a lot of fun.
And what's ironic was I was going to shout out back to Chris because for attending the panel and adding so much value. I mean, it was, if you haven't seen it yet, the videos are coming out. We've cut it into individual little sections, and it is just some great feedback, some great tools on goal setting. I said we grabbed them and immediately started implementing them. So, I mean, it's just definitely value add. And I wish I had more time to be on one of those buses. I will be on one of those buses. I can guarantee you that at some point.
We're starting one now. We need an accountant, but when you're ready.
I want to make sure I can commit to it. So excellent.
I also want to give a shout out to Dennis for implementing one of the recommendations that was given to me 2 weeks ago over the training videos. That was done very quickly and very helpful, at least for me.
Yes, as far as anyone, again, we would addressed about, having mentors and everything. So we do have a full thing in place now. So anyone who goes through that and just kind of, they're 1-minute videos, you go through them all and make sure that you know how to run teams properly. We're going to start implementing that mentor program. So every new person that comes in. So I think Chris has been here long enough. He'll be our first mentor for Team North Jersey.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I do it right, but okay, I'm happy to be that person.
Excellent. Yeah. So as the new people come in again, and I'll be a mentor for people as well. So, and I think so we'll start implementing that mentorship as each new customer comes in, each new team member comes in.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and give our guest for the day, Morgan, 45 seconds to introduce herself.
Great, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Morgan Thompson. I'm the CEO of Prevention Links. We're a nonprofit organization, and our focus is around the prevention of addiction and supporting individuals on the journey of recovery. After COVID-19, behavioral health is really the largest public health problem that we have, and as I'm sure many of you have seen in the news lately, overdose deaths in the country exceeded 100,000 lives lost in 2021. So, very, very dark and startling statistics. So we're working hard to stop addiction before it starts and to help individuals to find a new life in recovery. And we are based in Union County. We have offices in Hudson and Middlesex as well. And we're just very pleased to meet all of you and to be a resource here in the community. Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm Morella Arias Rios. I'm a financial advisor with Mass Mutual. I do a holistic approach to financial planning. So I am all about my clients' goals, what they would like to accomplish, seeing what they have in place. Typically, people have 7 financial products throughout their lifetime, but they don't know how they work together or how they work and align well with their goals. So it's seeing what you already have in place. And if you're all set up, then amazing. But if you're not, then, what can we do to be more efficient? And I also do an education base. So I make sure that my clients understand everything that's going on and understand everything they have in place. And next up, we have Business on a Browser.
All right, Business on a Browser. Jonathan Katz has a organization that helps you to not only leverage tax credits, but to make the best of your back office. They make your back office better. And they found a way to, and they work a little bit with us on Relax Tax. We've merged our practices a little bit to focus on tax credits that are available for companies with under $1 million in revenue or less than 30 employees. There are tax credits out there that can allow you to make big changes to your business, to automate, have affordable, simple IT, and have state-of-the-art solutions and let the government pay for a piece of that. So if you're interested, reach out to businessonabrowser.com, and they are the back end that runs Teams. Next up, James isn't here today. He is one of the sponsors as well that helps to make sure that Teams stays free for all of our members. And what James does is he is a benefits broker. So if you have employees, if you offer benefits, it will not cost you a dime to talk to James, and he can help you to make sure you're getting the most out of the benefits that you have. He is paid directly from the insurance companies. So again, you're paying for people like James. You just don't have people like James because most employer brokers don't want to deal with small companies. So we've worked out a relationship with James. He will and does work with companies of as few as 1 employee. So that is Relax Benefits.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Desiree from Relax Social Media, and we make it simple to increase your ROI from social media. So we help companies like yours gain more visibility on social platforms, grow your audience, and convert leads. So it doesn't matter how many social accounts you have, Relax Social Media will make sure that they produce for you. So you simply connect your existing social media accounts into our proprietary software, and then you can decide how much work you want to do and how much work you want us to do. You can see examples of our work. Just search Relax Teams and Relax Tax on any of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Google My Business, and you will find us. Thank you so much.
Morning, everybody. Drew Duraney with Profit Compassion's my company, and I help to improve both financial and health. In this platform, I talk about health and wellness. I was in the healthcare field for 24 years. that really still is my passion, even though I'm in a different entity in my other business. So I am now an independent affiliate with a company called ASEA. They're out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And ASEA now produces a cell signaling supplement, basically anti-aging, that works from within and from without, from the outside of the body with topical gel, and inside the body with a water-based solution. It's natural to the body, and it helps us really anti-age for skin health, and it's just something that I need to share and with everybody. So I'm doing a webinar tomorrow at 6 if anybody's interested in learning more.
Hey everyone, Randy Morgan, M&T Bank in Denville. Just helping small businesses get to where they need to be. So what I find a lot of times is small businesses need a little bit more of extra help where they're really good at what they do. But when it comes to banking, that's where they kind of fall by the wayside. So anybody you know who's looking for, any questions, an account review, felt like they were slighted the last few years with the PPP stuff, just let me know. Another thing too is if you found that last year you kind of fell by the wayside with your current bank and you weren't getting the help you needed, please let me know. Randy Morgan, M&T Bank.
Everybody, Chris Flipper, on the bus sales training, coaching, consulting, and we work with small business owners, and it's really what we do best. And the way we do that is by creating peer boards or mastermind groups where we put up to 8 owners together once a month for a 4-hour meeting that is facilitated, and they share challenges and opportunities with each other. They give each other feedback and hold each other accountable to making a change by the next month's meeting. And these owners grow very well. As you heard earlier, we are starting a next bus, as we call them. It's bus 212, and we're excited about it. We are looking for introductions to owners of law firms, accounting firms, and marketing firms. Those are the core that we like to have on every bus that we start. The shiny object that we also offer are our virtual trade shows. Our next one is on March 4th, and the first class for that is next Thursday, the 27th. We train people how to use the platform. Chris Flipper on the bus sales training, coaching, consulting. Thank you.
We have Camille sitting in for George today. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm Camille Bell. I just joined along with George Paizo at Rare Finds Consignment Shop in New Providence. At this location, we actually are taking items that have come from cleanouts and estate sales, it's cleanouts, and kind of downsizing from the Caring Transitions business that he has. So at Rare Finds, you can come in and you can find pieces that either myself, I'll be working on to refurbish, or just pieces that were found that we are now selling at the consignment store. So it's a great place to come in and just pick up an antique or just different odds and ends and furniture. And you can find me there, and I'll be helping to restore items that need new life.
Struggling with my unmute. Good morning, everybody. Andrea Burrows. I work for Guaranteed Rate, which is not on this deck. That's weird. Anyway, I'm a business development coordinator. What does that mean? That means that I don't work on commission. And I do discuss loans and rates and all of these steps. The lovely thing about Guaranteed Rate is that we're a direct lender. So there's a little bit less pile on because we're not as worried about risk, since we're sending it right over to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And I'm looking to meet with buyers and refinancing people who are maybe looking to cash out on their existing home to buy investment properties. Thank you very much.
All right. So my name is Dennis Harabin. I am the founding partner of Relax Tax, and we are obsessed with helping people to retain more of what they earn so that they can pursue their passions. So whether it's tax planning, IRS relief, basic tax prep, we can do everything in those areas for you. But what we found is most of our clients, in particular, we like to focus on clients, business clients who are usually smaller in size, who don't get the same level of treatment that they would at a larger firm. And what we do is we help you to, most of those don't have as much of a tax problem as they do a revenue problem. That's where Relaxed Teams came from and other areas. We really help to take our businesses and help them to grow to where they get a tax problem, and then we solve that. Next up, there is Project Scholarship. The students are just getting back from break. And what Project Scholarship is, it is a 501c3 focused on helping students to move from classroom to careers with less debt. And what we found is the fastest way to advance and solve the debt problem and the millions of dollars in debt. We find a lot of people are actually skipping college altogether. We're in the process of launching a new apprentice program. You can go out to projectscholarship.org and see a little bit more about that. We're using Coursera courses and letting the students take as many courses as they want. It's being fully funded, so they have absolutely no debt. They're learning for free. They're getting real world experience, and they're getting paid. And that is it. Rel, you want to wrap up?
Sorry, I wasn't letting me unmute. But thank you, everybody. If you want to go ahead and join the team, please go to our website, relaxedteams.com/NNJ. You can also come visit and see if this is the right team for you.